Zone out.
Yo!
Late Night Chaos.
We in the building. I got a very special guest today. A good friend of mine, a mentor, OG DJ, producer, entrepreneur out here.
Yeah.
The young Slippe God.
What's up, dude?
What up, man?
Chilling.
AKA Steve Stutz.
Yeah, that's the new moniker.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good now. You know?
Hell yeah. We could jump right into it. The last year's been crazy.
Yeah.
So, how was 2020 like for you, man?
Shit, I'm feeling a little anxiety talking about it right now. But yeah, dude, it was rough. I mean, it was for a lot of people. I mean, 99% of the people in our industry were out of work, and
yeah,
you know, sorry, we just ripped the pen right before you started the. Yeah, man. I mean, it was in a lot of ways it showed me a lot of things that I'm thankful for, but you know, when you take away everything that feeds your soul and you know, feeds your bank account, and you really strip down to who you are, you find out some gnarly shit sometimes. So you know, just had to work through it, and thankful I had good friends and, you know, good support system, and my wife's amazing. So yeah.
Hell yeah, shout out Bree.
Yeah, right. She's amazing.
So you were able to lock in and work on a bunch of music with Dan G.
I did.
How was that?
Well, I really wasn't trying to make hip hop, to be honest with you. Like, you know, my heart lies in dance music, and you know, I play hip hop obviously, but like producing hip hop for me has just never been. I just always sounded very like a white dude that makes beats. Like, but you know, so when all this happened and everything stopped, I have this group of friends that was like who we were locking down with, you know, and Dan G was one of them. He's a crazy fucker, so I hang out with him, you know, in regular life and shit. And you know, he's an amazing freestyler. Like, whether you want to hear it or not, like, Dan's gonna freestyle for you. So you know, I was like, man, I'm like, you know, I gotta do something. I gotta put this down, you know. So I started dissecting his music and thinking like, okay, well, I think he sounds nice, you know, on these slower type of beats. So let me try and switch, you know, from making like electronic beats to making like sample based kind of trap beats, I guess, for lack of a better term. So and we just locked in, and basically the whole vibe was that like I just wanted to let him go, you know, like he's a racehorse. I just want to let him race, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So he'd come in, you know, we'd, you know, take some you know, sips or whatever else, and you know, hit the studio and just open up the mic and let him go. So we have hundreds of hours of him freestyling, and then we were taking these freestyles and we're kind of chopping up bits and pieces and saying, okay, we like this concept. Oh, that could be a hook. Then moving it over here and re-recording it. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
Well, I'm excited to hear that project whenever it drops, because that'll probably be one of the good things to actually come out of 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I played you some beats. What'd you think, man?
No, it was hot. It was dope. I can't wait for it to drop. You know what I'm saying? And share that shit with the world. But it was all a bunch of bangers.
Yeah,
we was in there fucking rocking.
It's definitely just. I don't want to think about music anymore. I don't want to think about, like, honestly, if nobody ever fucking listens to this, I'm cool with it. I'm gonna go to bed at night. You know what I mean? So like, I just wanted to do something like that and not think about what type of record I'm making and or what type of sounds. It's just, we sit in there, I'll go through some sounds, he finds a sound, I'm like, let me cook. Give me like 45 minutes, give me an hour. Make a slap, he jumps on it, he does something, and then that's really like the songs that you're hearing, that's the format, you know?
Hell yeah.
So
that sounds very organic, like where you were just in there like to create. It's not like, oh, we need like a specific sound or this song is gonna go to fucking radio. Like, you guys just went in there and like did your thing and then see what happens.
We're really just partying. I mean, like, we're really just getting fucked up because the world was shut down. You know what I mean? So it's like we were literally just getting fucked up beyond our minds and just like just acting a fool. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. Like, I mean, that's really all I can say about it. It's party music, but you know, there's a couple joints in there too that You know, we slowed down and we did some slow songs and we did some shit, but it's a vibe. It's cool. Yeah.
So, well, shit. Me and you have been rocking since probably around 2013 when I came back from college.
Yeah, man. I've known you a long time.
Yeah. I've seen some crazy shit fucking around with you.
Yeah? You're not the first person to tell me that.
Probably one of my favorite stories was chilling with some porn stars in the old studio. Well, never had that opportunity without my guy.
Yeah, that happened. They were rapping and shit.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was the worst.
And then obviously all of the crazy fucking, club shit and wild drunk shit. Like, I think you've seen the podcast or at least the clip with me and Keith in here talking about some crazy nights from like School of Rock.
I watched
which
that.
is kind of later on, but yeah,
I watched that. Yeah,
motherfucking that fireball gave my ass a DUI, bro. Like,
whoops. I probably told you don't drive, motherfucker.
Probably.
Yeah, I want to do this thing. Like, I want to do this thing eventually, and maybe I'm going to bring it to light right now. But like, I want to give everybody like a slip of paper and be like, write down one fucking or they can just use their phone like normal people. But I want you to write down one idea for me of like a night that you came out, and I want to put together like a coffee table book or something. It's like these crazy fucking stories, even if it's just for me. You know what I mean? Like,
that would be dope.
Yeah. So, anyways.
I mean, with the stories that I'm sure will be told, people will buy that shit for sure.
For sure. For sure. There's some shit.
New York Times fucking bestseller list.
Oh, man. Yeah, I've been asking my chick if I could, write a book or do something wild. And she's like, you got to wait, man. You got to wait a little bit. You got to give me a little bit. She's not ready for me to do it yet.
To just expose everything.
Yeah. It's too young.
So for those who don't know, Slippe is from Chicago.
Yep.
What was that like? Just a little bit about Chicago growing up. I've never been to Chicago, so.
I grew up on the south side or south suburbs, place called Chicago Heights, and it was just working class folks, kind of like everywhere else, and maybe not like everywhere else, but it taught me a lot of shit about life, like fast. You know what I mean? How not to get your ass beat.
Yeah,
like, a lot of shit. How to move with different kinds of people and. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I signed up for the military when I was 17, and I left and never looked back. Just because there was nothing there for me. I always felt like there was something out west for me. Like the fucking blonde bitches and pretty trees and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to look at snow. Fuck that.
Yeah. Hell
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
So then it was the Air Force, right? During the the Air Force, and then you ended up at Luke Air Force Base, which is how you got to beautiful AZ.
Yeah, I got there, and like I said, I was barely 18, so couldn't get into any of the bars. I started DJing like in my I sold a guitar. This is a great story. I'm gonna talk about my boy Mike. I sold my guitar, so we didn't have shit growing up. My mom made me cut lawns for like 2 summers to get my first guitar, right? I hustled for like 2 summers, like $12 a lawn or whatever, right? In 1942. Just kidding, but so I bought this guitar, and it was like in high school, like if you saw me, I had this guitar with me like every day. So when I wanted to DJ, I didn't have any money for DJ equipment, so I sold my guitar to my homeboy Mike, right? I think he gave me like $150, whatever it was. So I get to Luke, and I'm DJing like in the dorms, outside the dorms, and people start to come out. And I'm like, oh, this could like be a job for me. Like I could do this for a living, But I was 18, so I, I started doing like rave parties and shit. Like, and at the time it was at like places like the Nile and
real
Mesa.
raves.
Yeah, like underground shit.
Yeah.
But this was in 99, 2000. So anyways, fast forward 20 years later, I just rehooked up with my boy Mike, and he still had this guitar in his storage. He saved it for me for like 20 years, bro. I cried.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's a real homie, dude.
You got it back?
I do.
Hell
It's
yeah.
in my studio. So shout out Mike. I love you, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So then that's kind of how you got started DJing, like you said, for like the military kids or the military people like over there in the dorms.
I just did that just because there was nothing to do. But then like I started like, okay, I want to do this. So I started doing, getting in with promoters and shit and doing rave parties. And then I was like, okay, I could play once a week for $100, $150 at the time. Or I could be a club DJ, and I can go over here and like play a couple nights a week for whatever. And
get it popping.
Yeah.
And then you ended up over on Mill Ave at the legendary Owl's Nest, correct?
Yeah, that was I think one of the first things I did was Fat Tuesdays on Mill Avenue.
Nice.
So that's like the coming of age for any DJ in Arizona. You know what I mean? Like if you don't do ASU Fat Tuesdays, kill yourself. You know what I mean? But no, yeah. Then I just started working my way up the food chain, and yeah, and then eventually moved towards the Scottsdale area, and
the legendary E4.
Yep, E4 kind
Ran
of
shit there for a little while.
Yep, and
then took that over to Mist, which is where I come in.
Absolutely.
Okay, you're giving
the whole history right now. You're giving the history lesson.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can go off any tangents if you want, if you got any crazy stories from this time, but I just want to let the people know that don't really know Slippe, you know what I'm saying, the history, because those are all like legendary places, you know what I'm saying, that when you talk to people that have been in the game for a while, they were there, you know, doing shit.
Yep.
But yeah, when you were doing Mist, that's when I was 18. So I remember being in there, like, I thought I was cool as fuck because I had met Breeze around that same time. So I was getting on the list and getting in.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, bitch, I'm on the guest list.
It was like, 800 people deep every Thursday night for
so
18
crazy.
Plus night in Scottsdale. And it was like,
I remember just, because I couldn't go upstairs because I was like 18. So I remember just down there fucking dancing and shit and like catching mixtapes when you guys had like the release parties and shit.
Bro, I met James Harden there.
Fuck.
Yeah, James and KD were there.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Didn't you do something when Lil Wayne was there one time?
He was there. I wasn't DJing or doing anything, but he was there.
I remember you had a bottle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the good old days.
Oh, yeah.
The Ace of Spades bottle.
Yeah. I have his bottle from that night. Yep.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Somewhere in the pile of just legendary shit.
I just have a bunch of shit.
And then, so you started there, did all that, and now you fucking own the club. You know what I'm saying? Obviously still doing big shit and DJing, but for those who don't know, the hot chick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Scottsdale restaurant, venue, club.
Yeah.
What's that like to be on the other end of it now, like at the top of the
food
chain?
I'm thankful, man. It's I did every shitty gig that people wanted to throw at me for 20 years and save that, and it's kind of like cutting lawns. You know what I mean? I had to save up, so it took the long route. But my brother-in-law is awesome, Ryan Jock. Shout out to Ryan. He gave me an opportunity, and I kind of merged my art weirdos and DJs and everybody with his already successful empire, and we the hot chick came about, and we ended up winning like best new night spot or whatever from New Time. So
hell yeah,
that was cool. And then obviously COVID happened, and here we are.
Yeah, so, that shit fucked everybody up, man.
Yeah.
So like you've done probably some of the biggest DJ shit that you can do. I know you've worked for a lot of big companies, like everything from Disney to the Diamondbacks. What's that like? I know we talked about it before, like, because Diamondbacks is like 50,000 people.
Yeah,
so
ASU's 70, I think, or something.
Oh
like
shit,
that, right?
Yeah, you do ASU too.
Yeah, there was a game last year, like, there was a game, I think it was Michigan State or something like that, and it was just packed to the top, bro, and the whole fucking place was vibrating. It was crazy, dude. It was like, and I'm down on the field too. I'm right underneath the uprights, so like the other teams and shit, they try and nail me with that ball every time, like straight up. There's no protection down there. I have a couple security guards, but they're like, some of them are cool. Like Dennis is a great dude. He always blocks for me. But some of the older dudes, like, they're not even watching. Those things are incoming.
So that's got to be probably the more hype of those bigger companies, like, saying like
ASU is great, bro. They're like, we just want to throw a party. We're gonna come to you, and I'm like, okay, you got any guidance? They're like, nah, man, just do you. I'm like, all right, that's tight. Let's go.
Because you're right in front of the student section, right? So
yeah,
they're just probably fucking screaming the whole time, no matter what's going on.
Oh yeah, man. It's crazy. The student section's crazy, man. People are shouting things at me and all. They're throwing things at me. It's fun though. It's like they're respectful. They're hella cool. It's great.
Did anybody try to get a request off? Yo,
all the time. Yeah, there's some cats up there. They ask me for weird shit, like old people shit. They're like, play Freebird. I'm like, dude, you're like 18 or 19. What do you know about Freebird? So yeah, bro.
And I know doing the Diamondback stuff, it was like, you talk about how crazy of a production it is. Like, you got to be like on point, on cue, like right when they go to you and stuff. Like,
yeah, Diamondbacks is wild, bro. I mean, every minute of the game is figured out on a piece of paper in a spreadsheet. So you know where you're going to be, and they kind of just give you the artistic, like, play this kind of music here. We have this kind of sponsor, like play something, or, hey man, hype the crowd up, just random, just go. So I've always got something loaded that's just like a banger, and then I got something that's kind of loaded for like a segment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm an anxious motherfucker, man. I don't know. I'd be up there fucking panicking and shit. Even regular gigs fucking freak me out.
Sometimes, bro. Sometimes it's like, you know, but like I figure I either got it or I don't at this point. So like, you know, the Diamondbacks thing, I'm a little more removed. I'm in a press box, so I'm up there with like the announcers and, you know, the producer and shit. So, you know, it doesn't feel like I'm like people are staring at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But the ASU thing is like,
they're all fucking looking at your ass.
we're coming to you with the camera. You're on the big screen, like crank it, and I just hit the gas.
You just fucking skip it.
Yeah, I got stuff figured out where I chop it to like the meat and potatoes of the record. It's mostly like EDM and fist pump stuff. So, you know, I got 45 seconds to get everybody screaming. So I gotta just get to it. You know.
Hell yeah, that's dope.
Preparation
is key.
Yeah.
Preparation is key.
Straight up.
I feel like you taught me a lot of lessons over the years, but
thank you.
I feel like one of the ones that stuck the most was you know, one day you told me, he's like, bro, you're never gonna get paid to fucking scratch.
Unless you're Chris Villa or Jamin or somebody like that. But
yeah, like
I should have said I'm never gonna get paid to scratch. That's what I should have said.
It just always stuck with me because then I started looking at it more from like, you know, just the music aspect, the vibe, like. Because, like, when I started DJing and coming through college, it was just, like, watching videos of people like Qbert and shit. And I just, like, love DJing as DJing.
Sure.
But then DJing in the clubs, like, more as a business is kind of, like, separate and different, you know what I'm saying, than battling. But, yeah, that shit always stuck. You're not going to get paid to scratch, motherfucker.
No, I mean, I love I love all the old shit, like all the Qbert wave twisters and, like, just the old, like, just you know, groundbreaking stuff. Even dudes like Radar, you know, that's from out here, and he was doing stuff with orchestras back in the day and like just doing crazy shit. Like I love turntablism. Like I told my wife, like if I die, bury me with my 1200s. You know what I mean? Like my 1200s are everything to me. So like I love the turntable and I love turntablism. It's just that, you know, Becky over here drinking a Becky isn't gonna necessarily give a fuck about your chirp scratch or you know what I mean, like or your triple threats or whatever.
Fucking double click flare, fucking backflip.
It's cool if we're in a room, you know, all just whacking each other off, fucking, you know, scratching and shit. But like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just never gonna be that good at scratching. Like, I'm decent, I can hold my own, but you know, I probably sound like an old dude now scratching. You know when you hear old ass scratches like Run DMC scratches.
Oh yeah, like just
oh God,
you could tell old. Like the era that scratch
is he peaked out. Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Man. Oh shit. What are some of the crazier times and experiences you've had, like just from DJing? Because I know it took you a lot of places. Mm-hmm. I know we talked about before, like Germany was fucking wild.
Yeah, and I love that.
Yeah. How was Germany? For the people who don't know, you went out there with Hot Rod. Shout out Rod.
Yeah, so like right around 2007, 2008, I met Hot Rod, and you know he had just got signed to G Unit and kind of was moving around and you know doing his own thing. So and one day he was just like, "You got a passport?" I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "We're going." So fucking we hopped on a plane and pulled up in Austria, or no, I forget where we went, in Munich or something like that, and then we took a car and we just went from like to Linz to Innsbruck, Austria, and then back to Munich, and then like Bob Sinclair hit him on random and like was like, "Yo, come to Paris so we can do a record." So we fucking drove 8 hours to Paris and like hung out with Bob Sinclair. It was just the wildest time, bro. Like I was all fucking drunk most of the time, but like Bob Sinclair, I bought these fucking microwave cheeseburgers and like I went to just eat them raw or whatever because I was a savage. Bob Sinclair was like, "Oh no, you have to." I'm not gonna do the French accent, but he's like, you gotta fucking throw him in the microwave. So now I got like Bob Sinclair with his arm on the microwave, just like having a conversation. I'm like, this is the weirdest shit, but like
just some real down to earth regular ass shit.
Yeah, that's what it was like. Hey, you know, whenever it's back in the day, that's what it was like. I have so many stories, dude. It's crazy.
I know, and you got like a ridiculous amount of pictures with like celebrities.
I catalog everything, bro. I save everything. I'm kind of a hoarder, a light hoarder, but like a digital hoarder, you know. So I have pretty much every flyer I've ever done, or you know, every song Rod's ever done, like all kinds of shit, bro.
That's dope. I know you got pictures of everybody from fucking Paris Hilton to 50 Cent to Cat Williams to fucking Jamie Foxx, like just so many to fucking, and then obviously all the big EDM guys like Diplo and them guys.
Yeah, man.
That's dope, man.
It's been cool.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been fun.
yeah. It's taking you. Would you say DJing has took you everywhere you wanted it to take you, as far as like traveling and meeting people and just being on the biggest stages and shit?
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've I did some of the cruises like with Disney, and so I've seen like most of the Caribbean islands now. Like that's wild.
Yo, what was that like over there? Like,
the islands are working on Disney.
Both, I guess. I mean, Disney. I imagine it's kind of corporate, and the audience isn't fucking raging Becky's.
It's tough. No, it's tough. But you meet some cool people on there. Like you meet some cool families and stuff like that. And there's an adult only section where I kind of stick to, and
Hell yeah! But when you guys land out there, don't you guys spend a little time in the islands and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean they pretty much let us cruise, and then basically you pop up on the island and you're allowed to go out with the people, and you're just hanging out. But then at nighttime you got to do your show. You got to call time at 7 or whatever it is, and it's cool, man. We cruise like a passenger, so go to all the dinners, the ice cream whenever you want, whatever.
Hell yeah! Where were you at? Like, was it Jamaica or where was it specifically? Like
everywhere, like everywhere down there, because they port
Jamaica.
Yeah, man. They shout out to my people down in Jamaica. I got some homies down there. I make reggae music with this cat.
Exactly.
And every time we go down there, dude, like it's awesome. It's my favorite place, to be honest with you. I've been to like St. Thomas, St. Anne. I've been to I don't know, San Juan, Tortola, fucking Cayman Islands.
Sounds like some pirate shit.
Yeah, I'm a pirate. I think I'm about to get a pirate ship tattooed, actually.
Hell yeah,
because I'm like, they actually style you as a pirate, so I had to perform as like Steve the Pirate. That's shit. For real. I got a picture too for you.
That's dope.
Yeah,
I just love hearing about it because like I haven't been other than spring break in Mexico. I haven't been out of the country, and I really want to do some fucking traveling, go to all these places, and so I like hearing you talk about that shit.
Yeah, Jamaica's my favorite, dude. I've gone there like 4 or 5 times now.
Hell yeah. Is the weed good in Jamaica?
Terrible.
I figured.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's still wet.
Oh,
it's
really?
Still wet, yeah.
Yeah.
When you get it, you can get a stock, but it's wet. So.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. But then, like, you made the switch to producing a while back, you know what I'm saying? Started doing records.
Yeah.
What was that? Why'd you make the switch, and how was it, like, going from just being a DJ to actually producing records and working with artists?
I mean, I always was trying to produce. Like, I got on Ableton in, like, 2003.
Damn, that's back.
It was a long time ago. It was on a PC. And at least I think. Maybe it was on my small Mac. Anyways, I didn't really know how to use it. It was just, I was just kind of, like, chopping up mixes and shit and doing DJ mixes and that kind of thing. And then, like, maybe, like, 2012, I was, like, I'm really going to jump in, and that's when I did the Junk Dial with Jesse.
Oh yeah.
And that's when I really took it seriously. And then I realized at that point, like, I didn't know shit about production, so I had to start getting in with different producers and learning things, and take it seriously. So
hitting fucking YouTube for some tutorials.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I was decent, but it's like being a scientist, man. To be honest with you, like being a producer, you got to learn a lot of shit. So it just took me about 7-8 years to figure out how to sound good. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. I have so many fucking notes still on my computer from when I used to come to the stew, and like it was low-key like class. Like, I feel like I was like interning over there, but it's just like taking notes and just trying to learn myself some of the biz, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you just got to spend 1,000,000 hours, What is it, 1,000 hours? Is that the rule? Something like that.
Oh, 10,000 hours.
10,000 hours.
So fucking master something.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like I've just basically, when I got diabetes, I just basically locked in and like kind of shut off the rest of the world for a while. And that's when I kind of like really became like a mad scientist on shit, Like I feel like I got the most like progress during that time period.
Is it something that you're focused more on now, or is it still like a side thing? Like how do you view it? Like, is that the goal, or is it still just like DJing and producing and entrepreneur stuff, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, again, like I think like thinking about the business of the records for me like takes the fun out of it. So like I kind of just I'm in this space right now where I'm just like, you know, like if I want to write a record with you, I'll write a record with you, and if I don't, then I don't fuck with you or whatever, you know. Like, but like, you know, Collins just came over and vibed the other night, and you know, Dan comes over with people all the time, and you know, I'm making some cool tunes right now, so it is what it is, you know.
Hell yeah.
We'll see where it goes, man. I mean, like at the end of the day, like I just want it to be fun, so
just like get in there, have fun, make organic records, and then just like see what pops.
yeah. I mean, like I make my you know money in other ways, so you know, it can be fun. It can be pure for me. It can be, you know, my creative outlet, especially in a crazy time like right now, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the world's opening back up a little bit. Hopefully this summer.
I've been locked inside for a while, man. I'm a little crazy right now.
That's funny. I mean, yeah, I'm hoping that this summer we can get back to it. I feel like if this summer opens back up, then it'll be probably like one of the latest summers ever. Like everybody's just gonna fucking run out, pool parties, motherfucking all that whole shit.
I'll tell you, people are a lot nicer right now. Like I've been doing brunches and shit like that, and you know, at Montauk and you know, out there. We're gonna do a pop up starting next week in between Montauk and Diego Pop in Scottsdale. It's gonna be like a hot chick pop up. So you know, we're doing that while we're rebuilding over there, and you know, people are nice right now, man. They're coming up. They're saying like, "Hey, man, you're really crushing it right now. Thanks." You know, it's like appreciate it, man. You know, or whatever. But like, I feel like they're just more thankful to have somebody entertaining them, and I feel like the entertainers that I'm talking to are way more thankful now for being able to perform again. You know.
Hell yeah.
So
speaking of other incomes, you owned a print company for a little while.
Yeah, I sold that shit.
I was gonna say, literally, my note says, "So fuck a DTG machine or what?"
Yeah,
that motherfucker working shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm cool on it.
How was that though? Like, because obviously, you know, we're sitting here. I own a small print company now, and we even had a DTG machine for a little while too. But unless you have somebody daily fucking cleaning it and doing the maintenance, that motherfucker just finna sit there like a big ass expensive paperweight.
Yeah, I mean, we were printing. I was printing every day. It was just that, you know, I mean, you gotta work for it, man. Like, we only had a DTG printer. It's really hard to build a house with just a hammer and not a wrench. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe you can build a house with a hammer, but anyways, it was a very one-dimensional tool that we had, and explaining to people why it was more expensive was difficult, and you know, it was just like at the end of it, me and my wife didn't fucking kill each other, and we learned how to run a business together, and there were some positives, but cool. I'm out.
Just back to DJing, producing, and owning shit.
Yeah. You know, I always find that I come back to like doing what I do best, and I think it's putting asses in seats. You know, so whether that's brunch, you know, is the vehicle that we're allowed to take right now, then that's what we're gonna do. You know, and I'm gonna back that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So I know I have some young DJs tuned in specifically because they knew you were coming on. So,
what's up, dude?
What advice would you have for DJs, you know, for 2021, like how the landscape is, other than the world being shut down and not having any fucking work for a lot of people, other than scratching won't get you paid.
You're gonna get me fucked up for that one now, bro. You're gonna get me fucked up.
No, that shit. Nothing's ever made more fucking sense to me as far as getting DJ advice.
that's a lesson in itself right there. Is like, you know, like it just have different kinds of skills besides DJing is kind of what I meant there. You know, like at the end of the day, you know, you're a graphic designer, you're a DJ. Like everybody should be doing that because, you know, if the one thing stops, you know, then where's your money coming from? Like, it's really hard to be an artist. Even like what I'm doing, like, it's really hard, you know, you gotta have multiple income streams at all times. And like, even sometimes like this past year, they all just stop and you're like, okay, now what do I do? Go work for UPS or whatever? Go, you know, like, gotta figure it out. So I think that's what I'm working on, is finding more, streams that are solid. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But, anyways, advice. Yeah. Just acquire skills. You know, like, I don't know. I do all kinds of shit. I got a camera. I shoot photos, like, just to make my own content, you know, figure out how to do that, you know, you know, be cool. That's that's
Yeah.
the fucking.
Don't be a fucking
Yeah,
dickhead.
don't be a douchebag. And even I find myself being a douchebag sometimes. So, sometimes I gotta check myself. But I think ego and alcohol are the two hardest things that I've struggled to deal with. So maybe not everybody deals with those things, but that's some advice for younger people: is curb your ego, and be cool on the alcohol. Like that shit'll kill you.
Yeah, I ever since I got my fucking DUI, I classified it as an occupational hazard for us.
You classified it as occupational hazard?
I mean, maybe everybody does, but I just have called it that since.
Yeah.
Because like, as a DJ and promoter, it's just like free everywhere, and like you have to like consciously not fuck up.
Yeah.
And
No,
I fell into those traps multiple times, and then I just had to stop drinking altogether. I've been sober for a while now, but the occasional holiday or something I'll sip, or if I'm trying to get lit on a show, that's new. Like I drank a few times on the podcast like this month, but that's like, it was years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because I realized like it's easy. It's really easy.
And when you're crushing it, they keep them coming, bro. Like when you're crushing it, the women and the alcohol are in abundance, so like it's those, you got to be careful, man. And
Sure.
the alcohol shit, like, it's not just the alcohol shit, it's the lifestyle, bro. It's the sleeping late, you know what I'm saying? It's the crushing a couple bottles with your boys and then going get Filibertos. Like, your body can't fucking fight off carne asada fries and the 2 bottles of vodka that you drank. Like, it's just science, like.
Yeah.
So you got to take care of your shit. And like, I'm only learning how to take care of myself later in life. I've been working out, and my wife is amazing at cooking shit that I shouldn't like, but I like it now, like tofu and fucking other shit.
Fucking kale and fucking.
I hate kale. It's a garnish. It's a garnish. It shouldn't be a fucking thing. You shouldn't be eating a garnish. Anyways, I'm moving forward on that. Yeah, I mean, like there's ways to take care of yourself, and that shit's important, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, ego, that's also like a problem I feel like with the young DJ. Maybe not all of them, but I know some young cats that have been getting the attention for the last couple of years, and they come in here all hype, talking shit, or like, oh, how do I get in Scottsdale, or who the fuck is this old guy, or
you have to remember that nobody gives a fuck about you. If you remember that nobody gives a fuck about you and your feelings, then you're gonna be good. Like, but I have this painting that me and my wife did this like collaboration. Like she's an actual artist, and I'm just a dickhead, and like, so I have these ideas. So there's this artist that we found that was like an offshoot of he was a study of Andy Warhol, and his name was Rene Ricard, and he had this painting that said blowjobs 25 cents, or it said blowjobs 5 cents with lipstick 25 cents, and I was like, it's fucking genius. I saw it in a movie, right? And so I was like, let's do a little thing where you paint the background beautiful, and then I come in with a marker and write like just shit, like all kinds of shit. I'll tell you some of them. But we have this painting that says, "Don't expect anyone to know you here," and we put it in our bathroom. It's giant, right? So as you walk in my house and we're here at a party and you're taking a shit or you're taking a piss or whatever, it's just this big sign that says, "Don't expect anyone to know you here," because I feel like, that's where shit comes off the tracks, is when you expect people to know you or your history or like, what you've done. Like, nobody really cares, dog. Like, they care about themselves and their reality. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like that's a big thing. Like, if you don't expect anybody to know your history, like, treat everybody the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, for sure. And you gotta pay your fucking dues too, as well. Like, you gotta put in that work and eat shit. A lot of people are trying to skip that, or at least feel like, oh, I don't, because I know, like, a lot of the younger generations, the whole entitlement thing is a big issue. But a lot of people, like, they buy their fucking turntables one day and they expect to be headlining in Scottsdale the next day, and it doesn't fucking work like that.
No, definitely not. And I think that if you're not achieving the success at the rate that you want to achieve, then you have to realize that you're not as valuable as you think you are. Like, if it, like, I see a lot of people, hey man, I'll DJ for you sometime. Okay, well, how is that just DJ set, just you playing music? How is that going to benefit me? Right? That's how I think, right? So it's like, if you make yourself more valuable, like you're now a promoter, or you have a really awesome videographer that can come and get content and help promote the next one, like, like you have to make yourself valuable to a promoter or the guy that's paying the bills, because you can't just be a DJ anymore. It sucks. I don't like it, but you have to do more these days, you know? So like I feel like if you want to achieve success faster, make yourself more valuable faster.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so that probably ties into the everybody bitching about like how now the DJ has to be a promoter and a graphic designer and this. Now like I did it just naturally, like it just ended up that way. When I came back I was already kind of in those fields, which was good for me, probably why I was able to link with you and Breeze and be able to work with you guys. But when I had a big DJ crew and we would get together and, you know, jerk each other off with scratches like you said earlier. everybody like, not, I know a lot of DJs that aren't people or however you would say that, you know what I mean, like don't like talking to people much, or they can't use a mic, or they're scared of the mic, or just talking in front of people, and then they just want to DJ, and then they would always kind of bitch about, oh, I gotta be a promoter now. But that comes with it, that bring, you know, you have to bring value. Well, like you said, you gotta bring people.
You just have to be brutally honest with yourself. Like, you know, if you don't want to talk on a mic, then what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like you need to talk on a mic. You're a DJ. So like, you know, you should be putting people in the building, making yourself valuable. That's how you keep a gig, or how you get more gigs, you know? And I've kind of just always done that by taking care of people. And, you know, oh, cool, you're coming out for a birthday, I got you. I'll throw you on the list, or I'll help you with a bottle sale, or like, you know, build those relationships one by one. And, you know, eventually all you got to do is go to a new spot and everybody comes out and supports you.
And that shit just takes time
yeah,
to build that following and that network.
Absolutely. One by one.
Hell yeah. So let me see. As somebody who books DJs and owns a venue, what would you tell them? Like how should they approach you? Like just DM you on Instagram, like, yo, let me get a set? Or is it like actually come to the event and then talk to you? Or is that even something that you're doing? Like or you just already kind of know, like you see who's doing shit and you reach out to them? Or
yeah, I feel like I already know the people that, I mean, like, not that I don't want to know new DJs, or that, you know, but like I have a very specific thing that I do at my venue. It's a very specific thing. So like, you know, I can only use, I feel like, people that get it. They get that format, or they're willing to stay there and play that format the whole night. But, you know, other you know, like venues and stuff, like, you know, I mean, come out and support. You know what I mean? Like that's the first step. You know, don't just hit me on Instagram and be like, hey, bro, I'll DJ for you sometime. Why don't you just come out and support? Bring a drink over. Say, hey, man, you want something to drink? Like, why don't you just be a person first? You know what I mean? That's kind of like if you're going to approach me, like, I'm kind of a straight up dude. So, like, you know, I don't like funny business and shit. You know what I mean? So, like, just
very direct.
Yeah, I'm very direct. Yeah. So, like, is there anything wrong with that? Like,
nah,
you're never going to guess where I'm at with you. Like, that's just who I am, you know? So
yeah, it's like how people always talk about like Steve Jobs and all these successful people being assholes. It's like, nah, they're just like on their shit. Very direct, very about business.
I'd just rather get to the point. I'd just rather get to the point with you and fucking, you know.
Yeah.
Cool.
What are you doing here? Why are you in the booth right now?
No. I mean, sometimes, but you know, man, like I just like, just be a person, man. That's it. Like if you want to DJ at a spot, but you're not going to that spot and walking around and seeing what the spot's like what are you talking about? It just doesn't make any sense. Like, go down and support a little bit.
Yeah, I used to tell the young guys that, it's funny I keep saying young guys, like I haven't accomplished as much as you, but I'm like, there's a lot of younger DJs that like, I'm not gonna call myself an OG, but they'll like reach out to me or just ask, because I have been doing this shit for a little while. And I remember guys always being like, man, I want to get in the club. And I'm like, how many times have you been there? Oh, I ain't been there. I was like, bro, you're not gonna be a club DJ if you don't go to the club. And I would tell them, you're not gonna be a radio DJ if you don't listen to the radio. I was like, I would just like list them a thing, like, you know, a whole list like that, and be like, yo, you gotta get the fuck out there and talk to people. I was telling one of our young guys, he came in like right when the pandemic hit. He was freaking out because he had just quit college to DJ full time at 20. You know what I'm saying? And I actually helped convince him to do that shit, but you know, people make up their own mind. But I was just laying out the chips because I went to college and DJ, and I was like, well, this is my experience, so you know, decide. His parents probably hate me and shit, but so he quit DJing. I mean, quit school to DJ full time, and then everything shut down. Yeah, right as he was like killing it, getting gigs and shit. And he came in and he was just like, man, I'm just depressed. And I'm like, look, man, everybody's going through this shit right now. at all levels. Doesn't matter if you just started or you've been doing this shit for 20 years. And I told him, I was like, just work. I was like, just keep working on your craft. You know what I'm saying? Be in your fucking room and just keep mixing, keep scratching, doing everything just to like
absolutely
to get better and to stay sharp, because people are going to be sleeping. And I told him, and I was like, build relationships. I was like, how many GMs or owners have you reached out to and see just how they're doing?
And that's tough to do with all the pandemic shit, you know, like everything was taken away. The ability to approach people was taken away. You know what I mean? To go out and support. So right now we're dealing with like a different kind of times, but we're opening back up and things are coming back to normal, and like, you know, apply these rules, you know, there.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, yo, just start DMing motherfuckers. Like, be annoying or whatever you got to do just to be like, yo, how can I help, or what's going on over there, and just build those relationships. Because I was telling people, like, and we did it here too, like we did as much as we could even though everything was shut down, because we understood that whoever, like, if you press the gas just as much as you can while shit is closed, like, you'll be like, the rankings are going to be different when the world opens back up, is what I was telling them. I was like, people are asleep right now, you know, like whoever was at the fucking top of the food chain pre-pandemic might be back at the bottom, and whoever's at the bottom might come to the fucking top, depending on how much work you put in while the world was
like
closed.
we got, I mean, like I said, we have hundreds of hours that I've recorded with Dan right now. So I mean, even when, you know, everything opens back up, I'm gonna have 2-3 albums worth of shit to put out. So you know what I mean? Like, hopefully everybody was, whether it's learning their scratches or learning their mixing or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Learning how to Photoshop, learn how to edit in Premiere or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, like, you know, hopefully you were practicing. And that's kind of why I didn't do the whole like DJ streaming thing. I've done it a bunch of times. Like I did it real heavy, like out the gate. I don't know if you remember, but like
you was in the living room
right away. Yeah, live from Steve's couch.
We did a few here too. We had like some live streams out of here.
Yeah, but that shit just depressed me even more, man. Like I got super depressed.
It just reminded you that everything was shut down every time you did it.
Yeah, dude. It was just like, I mean, it was cool. People were chiming in the comment section, but it wasn't like looking somebody in the face and playing the tune and, you know, seeing them get excited. And, you know what I mean? It was just kind of like a consolation prize. Like, well, here you go. You know, you can do this. But, so yeah, I kind of just stopped after a while, and I was just like, I'm just going to lock in the studio and just like make original shit. Like, I just wish everybody would make original shit, you know, even if it sucks, make original shit. You know what I mean? Like,
just get fucked up and vibe.
That's it. Get fucked up, crack the mic, make some weirdo shit. You know what I mean? Do some shit you don't know what it's going to do, and throw an effect on there you don't know what it's going to do, and roll with it. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, it's yours. It's a creation. At least it's better than just sitting still. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So,
shit, what else you want to hop into? We're a long way from finger blasting hoes in the DJ booth.
Jesus Christ, bro.
The good old days.
Jesus Christ, bro. I've had a good time, man, you know. I've had a good time in Arizona. I love Arizona. I was just driving here, like, looking at the sunset and shit. I was like, man, it's fucking beautiful.
It is. It's real dope. I've been appreciating that shit a lot more lately.
Yeah.
Like, just Arizona in general. I feel like I've been sleeping on the sunsets my whole life.
Yeah.
Because I posted some shit the other day. I was like, yo, is Arizona have the most beautiful sunsets, or am I tripping? Am I taking this shit for granted? And everybody's like, yeah, I'm in this place. We don't have those. Yeah, I'm in this place. We don't have those. I'm like, fuck, we are one of the places that just has dope ass fucking sunsets.
Some wild shit, like some neon sunsets and shit.
All kinds of colors and shit.
Yeah. It's great.
So what else is going on, man? What's next? What's new?
Shit, man. You know, just getting back open with the hot chick and you know, crushing that, coming right out the gate, crushing that. Until then, just you know, I got spring training coming up, so engineering some games over there at Salt River for the Rockies and D-backs.
Oh hell yeah, yo! Hopefully we get to go to some games.
I think it's like 25%. You know, maybe they'll update that. Like, don't quote me on it, but maybe they'll update that as we get.
Yeah, like towards the summer, if shit opens back up a little bit, they might increase.
Yeah,
I remember telling you that we bought we got a deal on season tickets. It was like, I don't know, like $100 or a couple $100 for like the first 30 games.
Yeah,
and then the world shut down.
It sucks.
And then didn't even get an email, no refund, no thank you for participating, nothing. So like, hopefully, because she's a baseball fanatic, so I'm hoping that we can go to at least a few games this year, and they're not going to be $1,000.
No, I think tickets are for sale. You know, right now at least for spring training, and it's outside, spaced out. So, You know, if you're a fucking weirdo, then you can sit 100 feet from whatever and watch baseball. You know,
Weirdo as in baseball fan. Hey,
yeah, I love baseball, so and I'm a weirdo.
Facts.
Yep. Yeah, man. I don't know. I got to finish the album with Dan. I got to get back in and like we're at the part where it's kind of all over the place. We got some killer records on there, man. We got one called Drug Addict, and the concept is kind of just about like how in some way we're all a drug addict to something, you know, whether it's Starbucks or whether it's Instagram or whether
just
it's
addiction and all
actual drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, you know, it's just we're all drug addicts, so we don't, you know, he opens up the song with like, yo, come here, you know, we're all drug addicts over here, we don't judge, you know what I mean? So it's like, and it's just about, you know, it's just a time capsule of this lockdown, but a lot of references, it's a lot of aggressiveness, but we got some shit, man, we got some bangers, dude. So I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No dates, obviously, not yet. Still just cooking.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I just need Dan to come over and finish it, and you know, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, or, you know, now that I'm back to doing gigs Friday, Saturday, you know, Friday through Sunday.
Oh yeah, now you got limited time.
Yeah, so we just gotta lock in and kind of, you know, polish everything off and figure out what's gonna be the album. But we got the album art. You know, we got the name.
Dope
and
ass
shit,
album art.
Yeah.
Custom hand painted album art.
Shit's fire. My wife's fire.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. Anything else you want to tell these young DJs or these Beckys? That's probably my fucking favorite adjective for like a woman.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
adjective? Nah, fucking. My shit's fucked up. Synonym? What word am I looking for right now?
Don't ask me, bro. I barely graduated high school, so you know. What else am I gonna? Is that what you just asked me?
Yeah, just anything else you want to tell these people and shit. Especially the DJs.
Shit, man.
Except for scratching won't get you paid, motherfucker.
No, I didn't say that. I did never see. Now you're making some shit up.
Yeah,
I never said.
I switched it up a little bit.
You switched it up.
You told me I wouldn't get paid to scratch.
I mean, you know.
No, I would I
wasn't either. I was just being direct.
There is people that might,
for sure.
like you said. People. No disrespect to the Vias of the world.
No, never. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's tough right now, bro. Like, I think about what it would be like to be a young DJ right now, trying to stand out in the game. You know, it's like, you know, I've been a DJ since you had to buy vinyl records, and your vinyl records defined who you were and why people hired you. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't a digital selection anymore. Not everybody had access. So,
and now everybody has pretty much the same music because they have all the same BPM, DJ City, and then so now you have to do something extra. Right,
for sure. Or, you know, do some remixes or, you know, what's it called? Blends and shit like that. But I definitely got your hands full, you know, being a young DJ right now. So, like I just said, make yourself valuable. Be a politician. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
You know, have folks that come out and support you. You know, that's about it.
What's the wave right now? Because, like, I remember when I was in the studio with you and, like, going to nights and shit, it was, like, super heavy EDM, like, the last, I don't know, maybe since, like, what, 2013, 2014, it was, like, super mainstream. And then, but recently people told me that Scottsdale's kind of going a little more back to hip-hop and shit. I don't know. What do you think?
I haven't played at night yet since everything's, like, reopened over there. I kind of been playing on the other side of the street.
Yeah, just a different vibe and shit.
Yeah, it's I'm at Montauk now, so it's like it's more of like just a restaurant vibe, you know, but just like tons of hot chicks popping bottles of wine and rosé and shit, you know. So I'm playing like a lot of like Purple Disco Machine and like really fucking vibey house, you know what I mean? But then like mixing it up with the R&B, like the 90s shit, like, you know, SWV and Color Me Bad and shit, you know. So like I just feel like at least over there we're going for a vibe, you know, and not really play Body Adi or whatever. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Jesus.
Yeah, and we had an interview in 2017, and yeah, you weren't really a fan of like the Future and Migos era of fucking hip hop because everything was sounding the same and shit. And then after that, it got even worse. 2 years later, with the mumble rap scene and the SoundCloud, motherfuckers getting popping with unmastered tracks in the club. So it was like it kind of went down for a little while. But
Yeah, dude, I definitely haven't had a ton of fun playing hip hop for a while. I don't know, man. Like when we opened Hot Chicken, I was able to play like, you know, Ja Rule and fucking weird shit from, you know, not that he's weird, but he's weird.
just like more throwback,
like it wasn't a current format, you know, like it kind of was a breath of fresh air for me, you know. I was able to play fucking old Mobb Deep records or like, you know, something that I couldn't necessarily get away with if I was on the other side of the block, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, man, I don't really know what the vibe is.
I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see, because like there hasn't been a vibe in a year, so we'll see what it opens up to.
People can't dance, like it's literally illegal to dance right now.
How bad is that, you think, for the industry as a whole? That's probably the worst part of it.
I mean, it's tough, man. Like everybody, like, you know, at least from what I'm seeing, everybody wants to get up and dance and have fun again, and kind of like everybody's going through these motions that's out right now, and like because the venue's requiring them to go through the motions, and like that's because the health department's requiring the venues to go through the motions. So it's like it kind of just sucks. Nobody's like having the most fun right now. There's just kind of like security guards telling people to sit the fuck down, and you know them going, you know, like fucking, you know. But like everybody wants to party so much that they're just sitting at tables pounding drinks and kicking it, you know. So, it's the human spirit, man. People want to get fucked up, you know.
Yeah, even in the Great Depression, alcohol sales were like still booming. So it's probably like during the pandemic or as soon as we open up, people just want to get fucked up.
Absolutely.
Well, because I don't remember. Did we get 100% lockdown? Because I know they took it like 50% mask inside, no dancing, but I don't remember.
Restaurants and shit were like 100% shut down
for a little while.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I know like in other places like Cali and shit, it's real fucked up. But like, I don't know. Like I feel like we were still moving around all year. But
no, we definitely shut down. At least in Scottsdale, we had to shut down.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Bars and stuff actually closed for a little bit.
Only like a month or two though, right? Like 100%. I just mean like the era of 100%.
I think more than that.
Man.
I don't know, because I literally was fucking Tom Hanks on Castaway. Like I lost my fucking mind, bro.
Where's
like
Wilson?
Like yeah, I mean for everybody, like some people, right? Like that's perfect because perception, right? Your reality is different than my reality. Some people, you know, some of my friends, Rod and those guys, like everybody, they were going back to work fairly quickly, you know, and like some people were able to go back and have human interaction and move around and drive the car and shit like that. And so for me, everything was kind of just shut down. Nobody was calling. All the sports venues and all that shit shut down. So I literally was just in the house, you know, 24/7 with my wife, who was like my cellmate. Basically, I was on house arrest, you know, like
your celly.
Yeah. So I mean, we definitely got to know each other a lot more during that time period. But you know, some people had a different reality with this than other people, and I think like the artists, you know, whether by choice or by what happened, like, you know, a lot of people had some mental issues, you know what I mean? And we lost a lot of people, you know. Shout out DJ Earth, DJ Steel, DJ Rec.
That's crazy, man.
You know, lost a lot of friends this year, and you know, it was crazy, man. So people trying to deal with that grief and that you know, that loss and you know, and when you're locked in a room is fucking rough. So.
Yeah, I know that what is it? Domestic violence, child abuse, like kids depression all around. Like all of that shit skyrocketed over the year. Like just all of the shit that's because people were just locked in their fucking house. Because
they're cellmates. Like it's like, you know, like if you're locked in a cell with somebody for fucking 10 months or a year, like you're gonna have some issues with that person at the, you know, like at the end of it usually. Right? I mean, like
no, yeah. Because it's just like if you have a best friend or like a spouse that you're around too much, like eventually you're just gonna be fighting over dumb shit and bickering. Like I remember, like my best friends that I was roommates with in college, like we would never had any reason to argue with, like if we hung out too much or some shit. It would just be like at each other's throat, and it's just like I would just notice like, what the fuck are like? We need to just take a break from each other.
For sure, yeah, hell yeah. But you can't take a break if you're married. It doesn't work like that. So
just
like,
go in the room over there, and I'll go in the room over here.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I'm out moving around, and it definitely helps. And I feel like 2020 happened, and like literally, bro, like right at 2021, the phone started working again. People started calling and going, hey man, it might not be packed, but I want to throw you in over here, or like, hey, you want to do this, and it's slowly starting to pick up steam. So pool season's coming up.
Yeah,
I get down on pool season.
We're gonna have to roll through to some pool parties. She's gonna be super pregnant, but we still
That's
gonna
all right.
roll through.
That's all right. She probably won't be the only pregnant chick out there.
Oh, especially now, yo.
You know what kind of
we got a new baby boom happening because everybody was locked in the house.
Hell yeah. Everybody's having a good time.
Start investing in baby products right now. You know what I'm
man.
saying? Gerber stocks.
Yeah. You better get
Johnson and
get
Johnson.
your stock up for sure. There you go. Are you? Have you been playing the stocks or no?
Yeah. I hopped in a little bit. I don't have too much to play with right now, but I threw a few $100 in there just to start seeing how it works. And obviously, with any kind of like, I'm not saying stocks are gambling, but they're kind of like gambling. So with anything like that, the more money you play with, the more money you can win. So
also, the more money you can lose too. Yeah.
True. So right now I'm just kind of learning, how everything works and shit. And I've had some ups and then didn't pull out, so now they're down again. But
yeah, for sure.
Being the pull-out king that I am, I fucked up on the stocks.
Right. Yeah, right. You're the pull-out king, all right.
I did that on purpose, yo.
Well then. What were
the stocks are stonks, as they've been saying. Yeah, that's definitely. I've always, known what stocks are and they exist and shit, and assumed at some point I would fuck with it. But it was kind of a fad.
I didn't know shit. And like, kind of, when we locked down, literally the day that we locked down, everything was just crashed. Right? I think like I'd already downloaded the app or whatever, so I was watching shit, and I threw like a couple grand or whatever, and just over the course of that lockdown, kind of tried to learn, what my tools were to protect myself, like if it started to drop, like what I could set to sell, you know what I mean? Like, and just learn these little tools and things. And I've kind of been watching and playing, and I've kind of got a decent return. So the stocks are pretty popular right now. And then obviously crypto's booming right now. So
for sure,
you
don't got no Bitcoin though.
No, I got some Dogecoin.
Hey, me too. Doge to the moon. To the moon.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely YOLO'd my fucking entire. Like the wife was like, "Oh, we don't need the what's it called, the stimulus check." I was like, "I'm gonna YOLO this bitch at Dogecoin." So fucking. So yeah, I threw it at the Doge right now, and it's pretty cool, man. It's sitting there steady. I mean, not steady, but it's sitting there. We'll see what happens.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we as a team, like me, Dario, and Nick, our financial guy, like we all hopped in over the last month or so just to start fucking around.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good way to. I follow some groups on Facebook, and literally once a week I see somebody like, "Well, never got to work again," because they just made the right fucking choice with enough money, and it fucking.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely that's. I don't think that's the recommended way to go about investing, but I'm learning that like if you're making income, that you can make your money work for you, man, and not just putting it in the savings account, you're getting 2% or whatever the fuck it is. Like you can get 80-90%, sometimes 500% return on your money. So you just got to learn that shit and be willing to take the risk and fucking lay it out there. Shit's scary, bro. You know what I mean? You put just a couple $1,000 in something and just click the button. You're like, hope I'm right.
Yeah, for sure. But it's all about appreciating assets too. I know you've been collecting art, sexy ass art.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm big into art thing. I collect like pop art and street art, specifically limited edition prints. So yeah.
I know you were showing me some secret stuff from the stash.
Yeah,
looking pretty dope.
It just, I don't know, man. So like a lot of these artists, they'll, whether you follow them on Instagram or whatever, they'll release these prints, and it's kind of like a sneaker drop, kind of, like you go and you're on your browser refreshing that motherfucker. Click, 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 click. You know, like sometimes I'll get up at 7 a.m. because the shit's dropping on the East Coast.
That's early as fuck for you.
For me, early as fuck, bro. Like I'm not
sure.
even like I'm a bad person at 7 a.m. So, you know, like I'll get up and go and get the drop and then go back to bed type shit. But yeah, man, it's cool. Like the whole thing is just like exclusivity. Obviously, the number of you know prints in the run and what it is and who the artist is and I've been collecting some cool shit. Shepherd Fairy, an artist called Buff Monster. The last one I just got was Matt Gondik. He's like a kind of a digital illustrator, and his whole thing is like taking characters from our childhood and they're kind of blowing apart. I guess it's called deconstructed art.
Oh hell yeah!
So I was on a waiting list for a while, and I got a dope piece.
Hell
Stoked.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to learn some more about art and stocks from you.
Yeah,
come,
man.
Come take some notes.
I don't know, the art thing, man. It's just like I feel like people don't really know where to find the information about art. You know what I mean? There's just like a lot of whack shit out there.
For sure, and I'm assuming there's not an app like fucking stocks have where you could just be like, oh, okay, this is worth this today.
Yeah, I mean there is a couple like artsy, and you know some of these things you can watch or like some of these apps you can like save what's in your collection and kind of share with other people, and then you know you can even go on Facebook. Facebook has groups for everything, bro. So like if you find an artist you like, just go on there and search and see if you know. And most of the time when they have a drop, everybody's talking about it, so you know, hey, I got to get on there and do it. You know.
Oh yeah, that's dope, man. Anything else you want to tell the people while we're here, bro? Anything you want to ask me? Flip the show around one time.
Yeah, let's do that. Are you fucking scared you're having a kid or what, dude?
No one's asked me that yet.
I know, because I'm a real one.
Hey, one of the realest. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. Like, I know that you probably should be. You know what I mean? Like, because it's a huge thing. But I'm not really freaked out yet. Like, her belly just started popping out, so it's, you know, I'm sure like when I catch that little mofo popping out, it'll be like more real. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna catch it?
No, I'll fucking faint.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to stand in the back like this, holding her hand, like, you got this, baby.
Yeah.
Because like, if I see that shit, I'm out. But
like I just like I'm like what like I get nervous when I hold I don't even hold babies really like babies.
I've had friends get mad at me, like when I go to the hospital or when they bring their kid home and they like try to hand it to me. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm sorry, I can see it from here.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm not gonna be the one to
yeah,
have butterfingers.
Sure. Like, you assume the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like so. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready to not sleep for a while? Like, are you ready to be a zombie?
That is the part that I've been scared about. Cause like you said, I'm not a nice person in the morning, but like I get up early, but yeah, man, like just all fucking. So like I know it doesn't relate to all the parents out there, but we recently got fucking dogs. We got two, so they're
terrifying. Also, by the way, dogs. I'm a cat person, so
so like they're about to turn a year old. So like over the whole pandemic, we had like fucking puppies, and so for months, every time you know, I would get up and then they shit all over the kennels. So every morning I was
terrible.
You know, every morning for 3 months I was hosing shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, like so yeah, like. Waking up every few hours to feed and change diapers and stuff, like it's gonna get real quick, you know what I'm saying? So my answers will probably be real different in fucking July. But
so do you think social media wise, do you think you're gonna turn into one of those dads that like constantly posts pictures of the baby, or like are you still gonna be like Khaos? You know what I'm saying?
So
are you gonna like create a whole new account just for the baby? That's like some shit you would do, right? Give him his own logo and shit, like you know what I mean? Like
logo
for sure.
But we've talked about this, and we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do the whole make him an account. Like I'm sure we'll probably post pictures together or something a few times, but like we're not gonna post his name online or anything until later, and just like kind of keep it more private to us. I'm just like that in general, and then she's like that too, so it works out that we're just gonna be a little more private as far as the online kid stuff. But yeah, definitely a logo, definitely a fucking baby brand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. You're gonna have little Khaos baby tees and shit for sure, little rattles and shit.
Yeah, definitely doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm actually excited. You know, like Like I said, it's just it hasn't really fucking smacked me in the face.
I know some cool ass parents. Like I know some duds too. You know what I mean? Like I know some stick in the muds that like. But okay, here's one thing. I always want to say like don't blame your kids for being a piece of shit. You know, I always want to say this to people. Like people are like, oh, I'm running late. The kid was like, I'm like, don't blame your fucking kid for being a piece of shit. You're late because you're late, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So don't ever do that. That's my piece of advice to you. I hate when people do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't do this because my kid. Like, that's not true. You can have your mother-in-law watch the kid like you do all the time. Don't blame your kid. It's not his fault.
Yeah, don't ever blame the kid. Yeah, I'll try not to. Now I'm going to consciously think about it, so I won't be doing it.
Just know that I know that you're going to do that already.
Yeah, I'm specifically going to come visit you.
Don't try that
show
shit
up
with
5
me.
minutes late. You're like, yo, my bad.
It was the kid.
It's the little homie was, you know what I'm saying? He had to change his diaper again.
For sure. Till he's 18, it's not his fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, and then after 18, everything is his fault.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know, we talked about stuff like no football. I don't think we're going to do football. Like, hopefully they love baseball as much as their mother, you know what I'm saying? But there's certain things that I want to avoid that I was lucky enough to avoid, and I have friends now dealing with the consequences of getting smacked around for free for fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, so I definitely have been thinking about stuff like that. And another topic I've talked about a few times, people be like, I really want to just try to make sure he's not a shithead. Like, you know, like a spoiled only child, fucking privilege. We've been trying to figure out how to create the right balance of, like a good life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like maybe take him around his hood cousins enough to where there's a good mix, you know what I mean, or something.
Yeah, you have to, you know, you got to know everything. You got to see everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when I went to college, there was just a lot of snobby, bitchy. I don't know, you know.
That's why I'm thankful. You know, like I said, the way I was raised, man. I'm thankful for Chicago Heights, and you know, I'm cool on it at the same time. You know, it was like I said, I got to learn what the world was about. You know, and answer those questions pretty early. For sure.
Yeah, I'm thankful of how I grew up too, but I wouldn't want anybody else to have to go through that. Like,
same,
if they have the fucking choice.
We're not choosing to have children, but you know, if I did, like, I'd probably have a spoiled ass little kid. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know,
yeah.
Like I spoil my cats and shit.
You and your cats, right? If I wasn't allergic, I'd probably like cats a little more, but they fuck me up. I take allergy medicine every day just to deal with my dogs. Cats really fuck me up, though.
That sucks, bro. You suck.
You know your cats would kill you if they were big enough, right? Their basic instincts are to kill.
My cat's a unit, bro. She's 16 pounds, bro. She's a unit.
You ain't killing nothing.
No, she'll kill something.
Living in the desert and shit. I know there's probably coyotes and maybe even javelinas and shit around where you stay. Is that dangerous for the pets? Have you seen any close?
Yeah. That's a sad story. We can go there. Yeah. So I live I basically live on a mountain, kind of like in North Phoenix, and it's kind of still developing out there and like, you know, getting new shit, but it's really cool because I mean, literally we'll see packs of coyotes. We'll see like there's like this one family of javelinas. There's a bunch of little baby ones, and they knock over garbage cans and shit in the street. You know, you're walking around at night.
That's crazy.
It's like, it's wild. I mean, you see all kinds of stuff up there. So, yeah, man. But when we moved in, we had some cats that were outdoor cats, and we didn't know, and we let them out, and they definitely didn't come back. So,
oh shit.
Yeah, that was early on, and you know, when we first moved in like 5 years ago, but.
They probably just found they love that street life, bro. They out there just partying.
That's it, bro. Probably. Assume the worst though, right? You know. So we have new cats now, and yeah, we'll be out there around the fire, and like literally the coyotes will be like a block away howling. Like it's crazy, bro. It's amazing though. I didn't grow up here with this shit, you know. So I mean, like I love it. I love seeing all those animals and tarantulas we found in the street, like all kinds of shit. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I grew up more in the city too, so like now we stay out in fucking Buckeye, so like in the mountains the other way.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I get up early, unlike you, and I be driving to the office, and I always see like one, but the other day I saw a fucking pack for the first time ever, and it was probably like 5 or 6. There was a break-in car, so they like ran across the street.
Is javelinas or coyotes?
Coyotes.
Okay.
And one of them was pretty fucking big. You could tell it's probably like the alpha or whatever. Cause I've seen a couple of big ass ones where I'm like, is that a fucking dog? But
they look like a dog, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, I saw my first pack the other day, And I try to like pull over and get video, but they were already in the fucking brush. But it was dope. It's cool to see like y'all motherfuckers is for real free in this world, wild. Dude, and just
I love seeing
whatever
that
the
shit.
fuck you want to do.
For sure. And you're in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like, it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I have to pay attention because we do have a little dog that we get fucked up.
Yeah, my wife always like whenever we have a party and shit, she always freaks out about if the fat one got out, if the fat cat got out, and just because it's real. Like if you're in my backyard and you're around the fire and you hear those dogs, you're like, all right, I wouldn't know. We have this owl out there too. We just named him the other night. You want to know his name? Darius.
That's dope.
It's a giant like 3-foot owl, man. So like if you know the coyotes don't get you, the owl's gonna go. The reason his name's Darius because like the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish's name is Darius. So yeah,
I was gonna say Darius because he's a solo artist now, country artist.
Yeah,
huge country fan.
But I thought Darius, my boy Mike thought Darius was a fitting name. so now we're gonna yell at Darius at him every time we see him.
That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's definitely wild living in the desert. You know what I'm saying? We see a fucking ridiculous amount.
I love it out here,
of
dude.
fucking the little white-tailed bunnies or whatever the rabbits that we have out here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's a golf course like through our neighborhood, and like when we walk or ride bikes through that motherfucker, there's literally hundreds.
Yeah.
Like you can see like so many, and it's like, so
Dude,
that's how y'all
like,
motherfuckers out here surviving. You slaying all these little bunnies.
yeah. Dude, the wildlife, even like in northern Arizona, I know you spent a lot of time up there.
Yeah.
You know, my wife's family has a spot up there, and so we'll go up and stay pretty frequently. And like, dude, I mean, there's some big ass deer, but bucks, whatever they're called out there.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Making noises and shit. You're like, what the fuck?
I love it up north. Like Flagstaff, Sedona is fucking trippy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just went to Cave Creek the other day. We just went random to Cave Creek and just did like a little crawl up and down the street. You know, we kind of just went to every little spot and had a drink and onion rings or whatever, and fucking that's the shit I'm on now, bro. That shit's fun to me. You know what I mean? Like going out to the club isn't fun to me anymore. Like I go, but only if like there's, you know, something important that I need to be there for. But like seeing all this shit that we got around, bro, like going to these little cities and you know, there's all kinds of weird shit here that you can just make a day trip out of. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So I like doing that shit now.
The old day trip motherfucker now.
Yeah.
We were doing that shit too. Like there was a few times we went up to Flagstaff and got like a hotel, and it's not enough to do there to have to get a hotel and stay. So I'm always like, we can make this a fucking day trip. Like,
yeah, for sure.
We don't need to fucking stay.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours away. Like we drive up, fuck around, drive back. Like,
well, we stay up there a lot. I mean, like I said, we're like in Munts Park, right outside. But
oh hell yeah. Well, when you're out in kind of in like the wilderness or more like cabin areas, like it's probably a little more fun than just being in fucking little ass.
Oh yeah, they got all the toys and shit too, like the ATVs.
Take
Take the guns out there and shit. It's fun, bro.
Yeah, man. We'll have to take a trip up there next time you go up there, man.
Yeah,
I love going up there.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man. Anything else you want to tell these mofos?
I don't know.
Just expect some party bangers soon.
Yeah, I mean, cool if you want to listen to it. Cool too. You know, like we spent a good year creating it, so hopefully you like it. If you don't, oh well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Dan G. This is fucking merch right there.
Oh yeah, hold on. Where is it at? All right, I brought you a hat.
Hey,
so you gotta put it up on hit the fucking thing. There we go. Gunshot.
Late night chaos.
I'm gonna put it up next to the samurai sword right here.
Hell yeah. I think you're the first person to bring a gift
Really?
and at least hand it to me on the show. Dan G gave me that beanie outside after, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, you guys
Straight out the trunk.
The only two. Yeah.
Well, I know I saw that. I was watching you last night, and you know, before I came in, and you know, doing my research on you.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Because you don't know me or nothing.
No, right? Yeah, for sure. No, I just wanted to see what it was all about, and you know, I
he
kinda
actually wanted to see how good the quality was, and today he came in before the show and mastered my sound. So if it sounds good today, it's because the young Slippe guy came through and blessed me one time with some audio fucking
yeah, man,
magic.
I heard it last night. I was like, all right, you know, go ahead and tighten them up.
Yo,
real
I've
quick.
been cranking that shit up every week trying to fucking make it sound.
It's all good, bro. It's tough, man. Like even with this live stream shit, you know, like I know a lot of DJs have learned the lesson, like, oh shit, okay, it's not just plugging in a fucking camera and running it. Like you literally got to have somebody, you know, like behind the scenes over here pressing buttons and checking shit. And like, so my homie Carlos fucking has been that guy for me. And he helped me do all the streams and shit. So shout out to Carlos. There's a lot of shit to learn, bro. You know, a lot of levels and all kinds of shit. If you don't fucking know, then, you know, get a crunchy, you know, blended up audio signal.
Yeah, man. Cameras too. Like we were using webcams for a while, and then we upgraded. Now we got the Canons, so it's a little better.
Yeah.
And then the audio, yeah, it's just all about them upgrades. But it's a lot though. You got the audio, you know, on the mics and the headphones, so to and from.
Yep.
You know, so you got to figure those out.
Yep.
And then multiple cameras, software to run it all. Yeah. Shout out to my producer. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot, you know what I'm saying, to have a good quality product. But I feel like I'm getting there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, most of the shit with audio engineering is, it's like a water hose. The signal goes one way. I mean, don't quote me on that, but fucking, for the most part, you're chasing signals. You know what I mean? This goes in here, this goes out here, you know? So as long as you kind of think about it, like, you can even write it down, you know, like, figure it out.
Oh, yeah. Well, shit, man. Thanks for coming through today.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing a gift, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have Slippe on the wall forever now.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Gonna be there. That's your street, right? That's where you grew up?
Yeah, that's an
Okay.
exact replica of the old trap house.
I was gonna say, I picked you up there many times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you probably seen that sign.
I'm not scared to pull up. I'll pull up. You know?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you. This probably
Definitely.
isn't the last time you'll be on the show, you know what I'm saying?
Whenever
But,
you want me to come down, man. You know I fucking love you, man. So
hell yeah, man. Same time tomorrow. I'm just
I'll be here.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. Be safe. Keep cooking up tunes.
Definitely.
Keep being a legend out here.
My man.
We out.